These are the essential tools that I actually use to run a creative business in 2026. We are covering the new kings of productivity, the mouse that saved my wrist, the internet that works in the bush, and the headphones that silence the world. If you are a student, a creator, or a CEO, this is your blueprint. Let's get into it. First up, let's talk about the thing you touch more than your loved ones, your mouse. For years, the MX Master 3S was the king. I thought it couldn't be beaten. Then Logitech dropped the MX Master 4, and I realized I was wrong. Most people use the cheap plastic mouse that came with their PC. Stop doing that. You are destroying your hand. As a designer, my right hand is my moneymaker. If this wrist goes, I'm out of business. The MX Master 4 isn't just a mouse, it's a tank. The first thing you notice is the new haptic scroll wheel. The old mechanical click is gone, replaced by magnets that simulate the feel of gears. It is smoother, quieter, and frankly addictive. You can scroll through 1,000 lines of code or a massive Premiere timeline in one flick. But the real upgrade here is the Action Ring thumb button. They finally fixed the mushy gesture button from the 3S. Now it's a circular trigger that lets me map macro commands. I have mine set up for screenshot, mute mic, and switch desktop. It saves me seconds, thousands of times a day. It tracks on glass, it tracks on my wooden desk, it tracks on my jeans when I'm working from a couch. The battery lasts 70 days. I charge this thing maybe 6 times a year. If you are still using a trackpad for professional work, you're working at 50% speed. Buy the mouse. Next, we need to talk about focus. The world is loud. Generators, traffic, coworkers asking quick questions. These are the enemies of deep work. You need a shield. For a long time, I recommended the XM5s, but the Sony WH-1000XM6 just landed, and they have terrified the competition. Here's the truth. The XM5s were great, but the hinge felt fragile and they didn't fold. The XM6 brings back the folding design, thank God, so they actually fit in your camera bag without snapping. But the active noise cancellation, it is borderline illegal. Sony is using a new AI processor that specifically targets human voices. You know that frequency where people are chatting in a coffee shop? Usually ANC struggles with that. The XM6 erases it. When I put these on, it's like stepping into a vacuum. The sound profile is still that classic Sony fun sound, heavy bass, clear highs. It's not reference quality for audio mixing, but for editing video or writing scripts, it keeps you hyped. And let's talk about comfort. They use the new synthetic leather on the ear cups that breathes better. In 30-degree heat, that matters. I can wear these for 4 hours without my ears feeling like a swamp. If you value your sanity, these are not an accessory, they are a necessity. Now, the engine, the laptop. I'm going to keep this brief because you know the players, but here's my take for 2026. If you're in the creative field, video, design, code, you're likely on Mac. The MacBook Pro with the M4 Max chip is currently the weapon of choice. Why? Efficiency. I can edit 8K raw footage on battery power at a cafe with full screen brightness and the fans never turn on. Do you understand how insane that is? I remember the days of Intel Macs sounding like a jet engine just because I opened Chrome. The M4 Max isn't just fast, it's cool. In a hot climate, that's everything. Heat throttles performance. This machine refuses to throttle. If you're on Windows, the Dell XPS 16, the 2026 model, is the only true rival. The OLED screen on the Dell is actually better than the Mac. It's punchier, deeper blacks, but the battery life still trails behind Apple. Pick your poison, but do not buy the Air or the entry level if you're a pro. You're buying a tool to make money. Buy the specs that will last you 4 years, not the specs that save you $200 today. RAM is cheap. Regret is expensive. Let's talk about the internet. Honestly, in many parts of the world, relying on fiber or 5G is a gamble. Cables get cut, cell towers get congested. When the internet dies, your business stops. That's why the Starlink Mini is in my bag. This was the breakout tech of late 2025, and in 2026, it's essential. It's a satellite dish the size of a laptop. It fits in my backpack. It runs off a USB-C power bank. I can drive to the middle of nowhere, set this up on the roof of my car, and within 5 minutes I have 150 megabits down. No lag, no network is bad excuses. Is it cheap? No. The hardware cost is an investment. The subscription is a monthly bill. But ask yourself, how much is one missed Zoom call with a high-ticket client worth? How much is a missed deadline worth? The Starlink Mini buys you independence. It means I can work from the beach, the village, or a blackout-written Lagos apartment, and I'm still online. For a modern professional, that peace of mind is priceless. Speaking of independence, let's talk about power. You cannot be a professional if your devices are dead, and you cannot rely on wall sockets being available or working. The Anker Prime 27,650 mAh power bank is not a battery, it's a portable generator. There are a million power banks on Amazon. Why this one? 2 numbers, 300 watts. This thing pushes enough power to charge my MacBook Pro M4 Max and my phone and my camera all at the same time at full speed. Most power banks trickle charge a laptop. This one force feeds it. It has a smart display that tells me exactly how much time is left until it's empty. It recharges itself in under 45 minutes if you use the dock. I call it the client meeting savior. I've walked into meetings where the client's projector was dead or their laptop was dying, and I pulled this brick out. You look like a magician. It's heavy, it's dense, but it's the anchor of my backpack. Don't leave the house without it. Data is fragile. Cloud storage is great, but cloud storage requires internet. What happens when you need to transfer 500 gigabytes of footage to an editor sitting next to you? You can't airdrop that. Enter the Samsung T9 Shield SSD. Hard drives used to be delicate. If you dropped them, your data was gone. The T9 is wrapped in rubber. I've dropped this thing down a flight of stairs accidentally, and it didn't even blink. It reads at 2,000 megabytes per second, which means I can edit video directly off the drive. I don't need to copy files to my laptop first. I just plug in and cut. I carry 2 of them. One is my active work drive. The other is my backup. 4 terabytes in a package smaller than a credit card. In 2026, file sizes are getting stupidly big. 8K video, massive Figma files, AI models. Your laptop's internal drive is not enough. You need the T9. Here's a scenario. You're at a coffee shop. You have your laptop open, you're trying to reference a brief, look at code, and design on one 14-inch screen. You're alt-tabbing back and forth like a maniac. It's slow. You need more pixels. You need the ViewSonic VX1655 4K OLED portable monitor. I used to hate portable monitors. They were dim, the colors were trash, and they needed bulky power cables. This ViewSonic changes the game. It's OLED. That means the colors match my MacBook. I can actually color grade on this thing. It's 4K, so the text is crisp, and it runs off a single USB-C cable connected to my laptop. It's razor thin. It slides into the laptop sleeve right next to my computer. When I set up at a hotel desk, I instantly have a dual monitor workstation. Productivity doubles. If you're a coder, a trader, or a designer, screen real estate is not a luxury. It's a room to think. Stop squinting at one screen. Expand your view. We talked about the mouse. Now let's talk about the keyboard. Laptop keyboards have gotten better, but they're still flat, lifeless slabs. If you type for a living, emails, scripts, code, you deserve mechanical keys. But I don't want to carry a giant brick of a keyboard. That's why I use the Nuphy Air75 V2. It's a low-profile mechanical keyboard. It's thin enough to sit on top of my MacBook keyboard without pressing the buttons underneath because of the bridge design. It gives me that tactile thonk sound and feeling, but it fits in my bag. It connects to 3 devices via Bluetooth, so I can type on my laptop, press a button, and type a reply on my phone. It's also customizable. You can swap the switches, change the keycaps. It adds a little bit of personality to your setup, but mostly it saves your fingers from slamming against a flat surface 10,000 times a day. So, there you have it. The mouse, the headphones, the laptop, the internet, the power, the storage, the screen, and the keyboard. Is this setup cheap? No. Is it flashy? Maybe the keyboard. But is it effective? 100%. These are the tools that remove friction. They remove the "I can't do that right now" excuses. You don't need to buy all of it at once. Start with the mouse, then the headphones. Build your kit slowly. But stop buying toys. Stop buying cool tech that sits in a drawer. Buy tools that respect your time. Because as a professional, your time is the only thing you can't buy more of. Hi, I check the tech so you don't have to wreck your wallet on garbage.